Vapor face! What's up, Vape fam? Sorteal here, and welcome to the Vaporworks lab. This is episode 2 of my flavor house feature, where we're taking a look at smaller flavor houses that aren't spoken of quite as often or in quite the same light as, say, Capella or TFA, Flavor West, Flavora, Flavor Art, Wonder Flavors, any of the biggies that are out there. They also don't generally tend to have as many flavors as those bigger flavor houses. And the one that we're going to look at today is Jungle Flavors. Now, I'm pretty sure Jungle Flavors is the flavor line of Flavor Jungle. I don't really know that 100% because I did not use Flavor Jungle when they were called E-Cigarette Express, I believe. They just weren't the site I was going to for flavorings. But I'm pretty sure that's what's going on, that they just had to disassociate with e-cigarettes, especially in the name of their site. And so they just flip-flopped their juice line to Flavor Jungle. But the weird thing is that Jungle Flavors is out of the state of Washington, and Jungle Flavors is made in Germany. So I don't know what kind of business deal's going on there. If anybody knows more about it, please let me know down in the comments, just out of my own personal curiosity and laziness that I don't want to go back through forum and Reddit posts and all that, because simple Google search is not really doing it for me there. But Jungle Flavors is one of those companies that they're kind of known for taking flavorings that are already out by another company and then kind of making them just a little bit better. For example, Cheesecake Graham Crust. Now, if you've ever had TFA's Cheesecake Graham Crust, then you're pretty familiar with this one, except this is a little bit better. There's more cheesecake in here. The Graham Crust is a little bit more authentic. It works at a wider range of percentages, so it still shines through at lower percentages. And at higher percentages, it doesn't get quite as funky or overly cheesy and overly tangy the way TFAs can. They also have a strawberry sweet, which is very similar to Capella's sweet strawberry, but this one is actually a little more bright, a little more punchy, and I would call this one artificial strawberry, whereas Capella sweet strawberry is clearly a candy strawberry. So this one can kind of be manipulated to go either way. With some help, you could kind of push it a little more towards authentic, and with a little help in the reverse, you could definitely push it towards a candy, or just pump it up and you kind of get a little bit more of a candy strawberry. But the taste off of this is so much better than Capella's sweet strawberry, and it's better than a lot of companies' sweet strawberry. But it's definitely clearly based on Capella's sweet strawberry because it reminds you of Capella's, but just better. As far as one that they didn't really do better than, you know, the flavor they're basing it on, is Bavarian Cream, and that's by no means a slight to Jungle Flavors. TFA's Bavarian Cream is amazing, and Jungle Flavors is number 2 in my book. It's a little bit thicker mouthfeel than TFA's Bavarian Cream, but it's not quite as rich. It's not quite as sweet and creamy as TFA's. But most importantly, TFA's has that ability to kind of round out edges and kind of mask off notes of creams and bakeries and ice creams, things like that. Jungle Flavors Bavarian Cream doesn't quite do that. It does it a little bit with being able to mask some off notes, but nowhere near as well as TFA. So if you use TFA as your only Bavarian Cream, this might not be the thing to go for unless you're doing a recipe where you kind of wish TFA's was a little bit more thick in mouthfeel. They also have a yellow cake that is my personal favorite yellow cake out there. It's very authentic in the way that it tastes, but you can also kind of mix it with angel food cake from Wonder Flavors, or angel cake as it's called, and you kind of get a yellow sponge cake. It's very much one of those flavors that comes through no matter kind of where you set it. So you're always going to taste it. It doesn't really get drowned out very easy. So you can kind of layer all kinds of stuff on top of your cake or inside your cake, and you're still going to taste that yellow cake, and that taste is delicious. They have a Fuji Apple. Now this label right here is actually the Bull City label, which I think was something that nobody thought was going to happen. It was always kind of one of those things that there's no way Bull City is ever going to carry Flavor Jungle's jungle flavor line, but they do. And Fuji Apple is my favorite just standard apple, and the jungle flavors version of it. Now if I'm doing a bakery or something like that, there's another apple that I'd like to use a lot more, and we'll talk about it the next episode. But Fuji Apple by Jungle Flavors is crisp, it's sweet, it's very full flavored. Anytime I need just a straight raw kind of apple flavor, Fuji Apple by Jungle Flavors is the one that I go to probably 9 times out of 10. They also have a lemon juicy. And if you've ever had Capella's lemon juicy or flavor, I think it's Flavor Express juicy lemon, both of those kind of have this bite to them that makes them a bit astringent to some people. Jungle Flavors lemon juicy does not quite have that bite. It has a little bit of one, but I certainly wouldn't call it astringent at all. Also, this doesn't fade anywhere near as fast as the two I just mentioned. Capella's especially likes to fade extremely quickly, and Jungle Flavors lemon juicy lasts probably double the amount of time before it really starts to kind of fade. Jungle Flavors Spearmint is by far my favorite spearmint out there. It seems like most people's is Flavor Art Spearmint, and I do like that, but I get a little bit of a, I don't know, it's not really chemical, but that's the only way I can think to describe it. It's just a hint of a chemical aftertaste to Flavor Arts. Also, Flavor Arts to me is more like a gum, like a spearmint gum, double mint or something like that. Whereas Jungle Flavor Spearmint doesn't get that way until you push it above, say, 1.5%. Anywhere below that, you just get a really solid spearmint, and it's the one that I go to, and about the only mint or icy type of minty type of flavor that I like at all. They have a honey peach, if I can get the label right. Now this is top 3 peach for me. TFA's juicy peach, FA's white peach, and Jungle Flavors honey peach are my top 3 favorite, just straight peach. So not talking nectarine or peach rings or anything like that, just straight up peach. And I really like pairing honey peach with Flavor Arts white peach. You kind of get a more juicy and a sweeter white peach when you do it that way. Also, don't let the honey part of this fool you. There's no honey flavoring to this. I think it's really more in a reference to the really sweet and juicy nature of this flavor. I wouldn't call it quite as juicy as, say, TFA's juicy peach, but it is extremely good, and it pairs well with so many different flavors. I like mixing this with Capella's sweet guava. It works absolutely phenomenal. They also have a milk chocolate, and if you watched episode 1 of this, then you know I think Flavor Express milk chocolate is the best milk chocolate out there, no contest. And that's very much true, but Jungle Flavors milk chocolate is easily number 2, and I like using this as a pair with other chocolates. A lot of chocolates have either a overly nutty note or even a cocoa powder type of note, or sometimes a Tootsie Roll note. As far as the cocoa powder or Tootsie Roll note, Jungle Flavors milk chocolate can round that off or mask it. So if I'm using something like say SSA dessert chocolate or Capella's double chocolate V2, and it's got a little bit of that Tootsie Roll or cocoa powder type of note, Jungle Flavors milk chocolate will round it out without changing it too much in the direction of milk chocolate. Now they do have some very unique to them flavors, so they're not all just oh, let's take a flavor from another company and make it better. One of those is Ultimate Strawberry, and this is easily my favorite strawberry out there. I actually got it as a free sample from Flavor Jungle in one of my orders, and I didn't touch it for a little while because I thought it was a one-shot. Just the way the label looked, and it was a little bit different from everything else that, you know, Flavor Jungle had going on the Jungle Flavors line. But then when I went ahead and tried it, I found the best strawberry out there. It is bright, juicy. You can push it towards artificial. You can push it towards authentic. You throw a little bit of lime or lemon in with this, and it will definitely become authentic. You can mix it with other strawberries and it plays well. It doesn't get drowned out very easy. You can use it at low percentages and it still comes through. So this is just one of the most versatile strawberries I've ever come across, and probably my favorite, right up there with Wonder Flavor Strawberry Gummy Candy. Ultimate Strawberry is amazing. They also have a ton of other really great flavors. Their biscuit is really good. Their cookie is amazing. Their dulce de leche is probably my favorite dulce de leche out there. Overall, Jungle Flavors is just one of those companies. They don't really have a whole lot of flavors. I think they have 35 to 40 maybe flavors out there, but they're just one of those companies that they don't really have any bad flavors. Their bad flavors are good. So most of their whole line is either good or great with a handful of amazing flavors. So I think everybody should go out there and check them out. If you're working with something and the concentrate you're using, you're just wishing it was a little bit better, go look at Jungle Flavors, see if they have a similar flavor or even named exactly the same thing as what you're looking for. And it's probably going to be at least a hair bit better than what you're working with. They just do an amazing job, and I have yet to stumble upon anything of theirs that I would even consider bad. So definitely go check out Jungle Flavors, vape on, and I will catch you guys in the next one.